Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Teddick here. Today I wanted to talk to you about school and whether it's important to have an education and whether or not you really need to go to school to pursue your dreams. And I'm going to be talking about this more from the perspective of a creative, someone who wants to create videos, photography, be a designer, whatever it is. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about my feelings and about my experience. Now, I did go to an art school and studied digital filmmaking there, and it was a great experience. The question is, was it worth going to school for? Did I get out of it what I wanted to get out of it? And my short answer for that would be not exactly. I got some unexpected things out of going to art school, but I would say for the most part, I did not fully get the education I feel like I was looking for. As far as do you need to go to art school to become a creative, to become a designer, a photographer, an illustrator, or a filmmaker, whatever it is? I don't think you do. Not in this day and age with everything that is on the internet, everything that's on YouTube, all the tutorials, all the guides, and just literally everything you could ever want to know you can find on the internet about every different creative field. Now, it is not, in some sense, you don't have a school creates this environment where you feel more obligated to be there, to study, to learn, because you are paying for it. It does push you, and that if you're not good at self-starting, then it can be difficult for sure. And so that's one thing good about school. It creates this environment of it just forces you to do things. It creates projects for you, whereas if you're doing it on your own, you are literally, you have your own schedule, your own everything. And so if you're not focused or driven enough, it's going to be difficult to reach the goals and hit the goals that you have set for yourself and become better at whatever it is. If I could go back and do it over again, I would just not do school at all, because I feel like most of what I've learned has just been through work experience and not through school at all, and teaching myself. And I found that I was teaching myself a lot while I was at school, and so or learning through others. And that's another thing that school can offer, but you can also find outside of a school. It creates, you have a community and a bit of a place where you can bounce ideas off of other people and learn things from other people. But you don't have to you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to go to school just to have that community. You can find that elsewhere. You can find that in your city, in your town, wherever you are. I think you can find that community online even, and be able to connect and share videos with each other and get feedback and things like that. And yes, it's always better when it's in person. You can sit down and chat with people, sit down and have a coffee and talk about your ideas and what you want to do. I would say I wish that I had thought a bit more about school and what I was actually going to get out of it, and if I could learn all of that somewhere else, and if an education was actually valuable to me. I've found that now there are certain jobs where having an education, at least a bachelor's degree or something, is going to be valuable, and that's if you want to work for a corporate company or something like that. But for me, I'm doing freelance. I've started my own business, and it just doesn't there's never been a time where anyone has ever asked me or it mattered where I went to school. Maybe people ask about it, but it never played into whether I got a job or not. And so that being said, the thing that gets you a job as a creative, in my field at least, and in so many other creative fields, is your work, your portfolio. Are you good at what you do? That's all that matters to so many people. They could care less where you went to school. And so that being said, that's kind of my perspective on it. I think that things are very different, and things have changed over the years where going to school is not that big of a deal, and school has gotten so expensive in recent years, and like for me, I'm still paying for school. I'm going to be paying for it for a long time because of how stupid expensive it was. And also, like when I was a kid, I was just always encouraged to go to school. That's what you did. You went to college after you finished high school. That's just what you did if you wanted to make anything out of yourself. And I find that's not true. And so many parents, like, that's what they know and that's how they made it, but that's just not how things are anymore. And I believe that if you want to pursue something creative, that you should really consider being self-taught, or another option outside of school and outside of full-on teaching yourself is like finding a mentor, finding someone that can teach you, someone that you admire, that you look up to. Reach out to that person and just say, hey, I really like what you're doing. I'm not skilled in this, and just be transparent and say, I'm not skilled in this necessarily, but I want to offer some help. And that's a great way to start and get involved and get connected with people. And that kind of takes things back a little bit to the whole how things used to be, like a master and an apprentice, and you can learn under them, and you eventually can become a master at this craft or whatever thing it is you're pursuing. And so I just think school is very, I think it just doesn't make sense anymore. It becomes this money-making machine, and that's really all I feel that people are after, is just making money, because it's more expensive. Like every single year, tuition goes up, and it's just insane to me. And for me, I went to a private art school and studied there, and that was, for one, that was a big mistake, going to basically the cost of out-of-state tuition, which is so expensive and not very smart. And so you just don't grasp the consequences of what that looks like and how that's going to affect you in your future and your family or whatever it looks like. You just don't think about it. You just go to school and you're not paying anything. I feel like I just feel like it's not smart for anyone, for the government, for anyone to loan so many kids that are like 18 years old thousands of dollars to go to school, and then maybe they don't even pursue that or go with that career or path they were studying or whatever it is. So many people are in stupid amounts of debt. This is a whole nother conversation, but I just don't think you have to go to school to be good at something in the creative field. I just don't think it's a necessity. Yes, you can. Some people will do better in school than they would on their own. Part of it is just asking yourself, would I do well in a school environment, or could I do this on my own? Could I push myself? Am I focused enough? Am I driven enough to do this on my own and learn these skills through the internet, through things like Skillshare and different tutorials online? Can I make myself do that? And also part of it's you need a place to you need to be able to pay your bills and things too, so you have to figure that out. Can you work alongside this? Are you able to do it when you're 18 years old? Most people can just stay with their parents for a little bit longer until they figure things out and get to a point where they can actually make money as a freelancer or get a job somewhere, whatever that is. So that's kind of all I've got for this video today. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Let me know any of your thoughts, anything you think that I said that is wrong, or you just don't agree with. Just let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think about this topic, this subject. There's so much debate over school and whether you need it or not. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.